Hi guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. I hope everybody's doing fantastic. We're going to dig in and see what our ancestors have to say. Alrighty, let's just take one. So an invitation to your life came out, dreams coming true, and then the seer of stories, ancestors, cause and effect and patterns. Okay, we're going to put these back. Let's shuffle again. Let's see if we can just get one card, please. I love that, dreams coming true. Ooh, see things clearly and allowing it to arrive. Wow, this is such a beautiful card. I love this because it's almost like luck and prosperity, opportunities. The ladybug always to me is representative of those things, luck, prosperity, but also opportunities. Because I think ladybugs come in at the opportune time. It's almost like when you need a sign, when you need something, you can find yourself, engulfed with ladybugs. And it just seems like they're just like out of nowhere. I remember one day my mom and I were walking along a river that's close by where we live, and we were getting swarmed with ladybugs. And the interesting thing is that we were actually talking about ancestors. And so they were just then like just reminding me of that moment where we were overwhelmed with this the opportunity to see the potential in where we were going and our futures. So this see things clearly is kind of pulling on that energy a little bit, as it's showing up as opening yourself up and being aware. It's like an awareness energy of what's available and accessible, or what's surrounding you is what I'm hearing very specifically. So for some of you, you could be sitting in, like a state right now where you may be filled with stress, anxiety, maybe a little bit of depression, some highs and lows of those energies is how I'm picking up on this. And you may be wondering like what's actually taking place. Maybe you're waiting for something with that allow it to arrive card, and you're anticipating this shift or this change. Maybe you're hopeful or expecting something to change in your life. You're in need of something to shift. And it's like this card is a reminder for you to be able to see things clearly. What I am picking up on is that there could be something that is like standing in the way of it arriving. And it's not something that you're doing. It feels more so like a divine timing thing. Like it's not the appropriate time because we're trying to clear this out. Maybe something in the past needs to be removed from your space, your mind, your heart, your environment, whatever, right? So it's almost like they're saying, see it through by seeing it clearly. Like shift your perspective to be able to see it from a different perspective and a different angle. If you only had one eye, which some people do, right? If you only had one eye, you would see the world through a completely different lens than you're looking through it now with two eyes. Okay. Same thing with if you were blind and you had no vision, no vision as in like, what you see around you, because I believe blind people actually do have vision. I just think that they see the world through a lens that we are not afforded. And so anyways, that's a different story. But guys, basically what I'm saying is that they're showing to see the situation from a different perspective. Open one eye, leave the other one closed, and just examine the room that you're in right now, or the space that you're in right now. And it's like allowing yourself to see things through a different lens so that you can have a different perspective. There's some sort of wisdom attached to that, especially with this owl and intuition coming out. There's like a wisdom, a divine wisdom that's attached to this energy. They're also showing this, and I'm pretty sure this is a barn owl, but they're saying something about, like the diversity in the barn. Okay, so think about a farm and like a barn in particular. You can look at a barn in particular. Like how many different animals can be in a barn? It's diverse. So there's something about a perspective that they're trying to shift us out of. They want us to see things from a different lens, especially with that see things clearly, and then this owl with intuition. There's something that you're being asked to see through a different lens. And it's interesting, I haven't noticed this in this card before, but you see this side of the forest has like tall trees, and like this side, there's nothing there. And that's very interesting because in a forest, unless this was burned down, you're going to typically see trees throughout. So there could be something that was removed from your life, and maybe something new coming in. And in order for you to see the new through a lens of clarity rather than hurt or stress or energies of the past, right? So, you know, when we go through experiences, we tend to bring those experiences into our future. And so that's coming through very strongly right now, that your ancestors are saying, we need you to see this new situation for what it is. And it could just be a different mindset or a shift in the way that you have been dealing with yourself or seeing yourself. So it's like, instead of seeing whatever this situation is, whether it's you, love, work, whatever, right? Whatever, spirituality, whatever it is, whatever you're seeing, you've been seeing it one way, and that's based on like an old perspective. I heard limited perspective. And so now they're saying shift that into a new perspective, something that sees a higher, bigger picture, right? They're saying something about limitations. And look, faith is here with this joy card. Wow. And then surrender. Yeah, surrender. This fawn here sees itself, its reflection in this stream. And it's almost like the reflection of itself in the stream is actually not reality. And so they're showing that and saying that there's something in your reality that you're not seeing clearly. And it has to do with the lens of the past that you may still be utilizing. It could have a lot to do with this joy and fulfillment and being happy and satisfied. And the interesting thing about this card is that there's no one around her, right? You don't see anybody else in this little town here. Like, there's nobody around her. She's just enjoying the stars, right? Just enjoying being out, embracing the passion and the depths of herself is how this is showing. Because this is black, like her shirt's black and her skirt is red, so it's almost like there's passion and shadow energy. It's like the love for herself, but also the depths of herself with this, you know, this black shirt. It's something along those lines that our ancestors are asking us to be able to embrace. For some of you, I'm also hearing that they're wanting you to connect more with them in order to find and experience more joy. Like, you could be seeking joy outside of yourself, not realizing that you can experience joy within yourself. Oh my gosh, look at the bottom deck. This is what they keep talking about too. I'm telling you, allowing is like a major theme right now. And I don't really know like why. I haven't grasped the idea of why. I mean, I kind of get it how, you know, if we're falling more into divine feminine energy, softening ourselves, then that is more about allowance. But I haven't necessarily connected the dots to like me and the channel and how like or why they're enforcing allowing, other than for us to surrender. I mean, if you want to be a master manifester, if you want to live the life of your dreams, if you want to get rid of outdated thoughts and ideas, I mean, I get all of that. You have to fall into allowance. So I mean, they're like, well, maybe that's just it. I heard them say that loud and clear. But okay, guys, anyways, enough about that. Let's read the allowance card and then I'll put it down. Allowing is radical acceptance. Say yes to reality in any given moment so what's needed can come next. Wow. Wow. This is so in alignment with the allowing it to arrive. And this joy has so much to do with the limitless card that's here that came out. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. And it's almost like you could be limiting the ways that God can show up in your life based on not trusting your intuition and an inability to find joy just in the moments. Like maybe there's a desire to enforce something or push something to happen, or not being able to enjoy your moments because something hasn't happened yet. You know, like I can recall times in my life where I wouldn't do anything based on waiting for something to happen. Like, okay, well, when I get a different job and I make more money, then I'll be able to buy, you know, this bed that I want or this comforter that I want, and then I'll be happy. And it's like, that never comes, because the happiness is not dependent upon something arriving. The happiness and the joy are within you because you are limitless, right? There's infinite possibilities within you, just the being of you. And so there's something here about the shift in the perspective in order to be able to see that clearly. I also am seeing that there's something about emotions being obstructed, and those emotions being obstructed. So something about emotions being almost like, the obstructed is a thing, like they're unclear, okay? That's how it's showing up. Like, emotions are unclear. You may be unclear or uncertain about some emotions that you have stored in you from the past. And those I'm hearing unsolicited. The emotions are unsolicited. So if they're unsolicited, they're unwelcome. They're uninvited emotions. So those uninvited, we'll call them that, right? Uninvited, unwelcomed emotions could be impeding on your ability to be able to find joy. Oh my gosh, guys, this is powerful as heck. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And the Two of Swords was there. I covered her up. But anyways, the Two of Swords was there. The Ten of Pentacles was just poking his head out. Nine of Cups. The Seven of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. There's some impeding energies, emotions here, and it's causing confusion in your mind. I think it's the confusion in regards to how much you can actually do. Because it's almost like you see yourself as like this pillar here that is like just nothing, a stump. You see that? But you're unaware of the purity of your energy, of your true essence, like the core of who you are. You're unaware of the stability that you are and that you're standing on. And this could be due to seeing things through the old lens. You know, there's been a lot of readings about you're already the new person, so just allow yourself to shift into that energy. But I do sense that some people are really stuck in that old. And I also understand all too well how easy it is to fall victim to that old energy, because it's like, this is what I'm used to. But the ancestors are coming through to say, that's not where you're at anymore. Like, look at this Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is here. The owl is in the card. Okay, this is almost like the same barn owl that's in the intuition. It's almost like it's saying, stop self-sabotaging. Because it looks like this guy is almost trying to like take himself out, right? They're like, come on, stop self-sabotaging. There's 1, 2, I bet there's 9 here. 4, there's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 9 knives already stabbed into him. And the reason why there's 9 is because this 10th one is like, dude, this is the 9 of Swords, anxiety, depression, right? Stress, grief, anguish, sleepless nights. And it's all based on the fact that, you know, he's not able to see that the sun is rising right there, right in front of him. And it's because he's not trusting his intuition. Instead, he's trusting his current situation. So it's like, you may be doing the same thing. You may find yourself doing the same thing. Like, I know that the sun is going to shine. I know that joy is on the way. However, right now, I don't have what I need. I don't have what I desire. And I'm metaphorically bleeding, right? Like, I'm bleeding out. I'm hurting. I'm suffering. I have no peace. And they're saying you're in that energy, but you don't have to be. Because this Nine of Wands also too can be that energy where you're resisting happiness with the Ten of Cups. And they're saying you're the freaking Queen of Wands, guys. You're the Queen of Wands, male or female, doesn't matter. We have the King of Wands here too. You're the Queen of Wands. You have limitless opportunities. You're the creator. You're the one who's the entrepreneur, able to go after what it is that you desire and receive it. You also are divinely protected with this black cat here. There are things that you are already growing and maturing that you're not even aware that you've sprouted. And there's something about like picking up your crown, pick up your crown and allow yourself to be seated in these new places, like allow yourself to be seated in these high places. Sometimes the challenge with the transition, I know for me, like this is something that stumps me sometimes, is this energy here where I know that the things that I've manifested are coming, and I know that I've already seen a ton of things that I've manifested come to fruition. But when I get trapped in like, oh gosh, well, this one thing, you know, like it's typically one thing that we just really want. It's like, well, this one thing isn't here. So what am I supposed to do? And I think that that can stump us because we get caught in the what am I supposed to do rather than us just relaxing and embracing the now by allowing, right? Because that's what this is about. And then I love this because this is exactly what they were showing me, is this reframing the way that you think. And this is actually something, guys, that I have told myself frequently whenever I feel myself boxed in, not recognizing that the gifts are already given to me. It's just that it's a box and not a gift until I actually receive it. That's a whole concept in itself. So it's like you have to shift your perspective. You have to embrace your limitlessness, right? Like I'm limitless. Notness. I'm limitless. So a gift, and this is how God showed this to me several years ago. A gift is only a box with a bow wrapped around it until you actually receive it. And the receiving of it makes it an actual gift. Otherwise, it's just a box. So if I have something that has been gifted to me, it's just a box until I open it and reframe my mind into, when I reframe my mind into embracing that this is a gift that I'm worthy of deserving and receiving. Because that seems to be something here too that's showing up, is that a part of the challenge with the reframing of believing that you are limitless and finding joy in who you are has a lot to do with the confusion around your value and your worthiness. And I think that that is showing up in the fact that the Nine of Wands is here next to the Queen of Wands. And there's something to do with feeling like life and even family relationships in the past have left you so wounded. I guess, yeah, with the Six of Swords too, huh, guys? But it's like it's left me so wounded that I just can't believe that things can turn around in my favor, right? I can't believe that through my wounds, I have planted seeds that will grow good things, right? Like maybe you feel like you plant seeds that grow like bitter fruit or something like that, rather than strawberries or cherries, you know, like the juicy fruits. You're like, I'm not growing watermelons over here. I'm growing bitter fruits, you know, like the what I think they're called bitter fruits, the green things that have little spiky looking things on them. Anyways, it feels like that to me. Like you feel like you're planting sour things like lemons or limes instead of, you know, something sweet. And you're not recognizing, it could be due to humility, but you're not recognizing that your wounds are actually a gift to you. So this Nine of Wands energy has given you the ability to step into this Queen of Wands energy because you've been so courageous and strong and able to endure all of the battles that have come your way. Right? There's also something they're bringing up in regards to cyclical, right? How life is cyclical. You can't have given so much of yourself, guys, to everyone else and not expect that to return back to you. It just can't happen. It can't happen. You have to receive. That's why the Bible even says you reap what you sow. You have to receive back what you've put out. And I think for a lot of you, in order for you to be in this energy, I mean, for crying out loud, the only card missing here, the only ace is the Ace of Swords. And I think the Ace of Swords is missing because the only thing missing is the communication and the thoughts. And I think that the communication that you're expecting to come through will come through when your thoughts and your perspective shift into the fact that you are limitless and that joy is present in the right now. This 10 of Cups energy that you're seeking, that energy is already here. It's because it's not something outside of you. The energy of everything on the table here that you desire is you. If you look at this spread, there's nothing negative in these cards. Nothing. There's nothing shady. There's nothing faulty. There's nothing questionable. These are all cards that have positive indications. Even that 10 of Swords. Because the 10 of Swords is simply saying, this is the end of the road for you. Are you going to sabotage yourself out of your gifts by not embracing the fact that the sun is already rising? Because see, the sun's already rising. Everything that you're desiring is already on its way to you. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Guys, this is finances, tangible things around you, being happy. It doesn't mean that you're going to be rich. That Ace of Pentacles doesn't mean that you're going to be rich. The Ace of Pentacles is indicative of so much potential to be able to plant. Look, you've planted seeds that are providing you with new opportunities for financial stability. So the only thing that's going to force this Ace of Pentacles to fall off the wagon, the Wheel of Fortune, would be if you resist it by falling into the trap that you are not good enough, that you're not worthy. And if you fall into victim of not trusting your intuition and believing that you need to fight and push in order to get the things that you desire in life. This 9 of Wands showing up with the 10 of Cups is showing up as almost like a warning of do your best to not resist the happiness that's here for you, the joy that's here for you. See, you're moving into this 6 of Swords, Ace of Cups energy is absolutely moving towards new opportunities in love. To be able to step into new experiences. And the thing about the 6 of Swords is that you're not going backwards into the storm. So the battle has already been fought. The war is already over. You'll notice that there's 4 swords that are around the mom and the kid. And that's because you already fought the battle. Now it's time for peace. You've already gone through the phase of not seeing what was about to happen to you. It happened with the 2 of Swords. You already have the 3 swords have already been taken care of. You've healed. Now it's time to move into a softer energy with the 4 of Swords where you can actually relax and enjoy. That also means giving your mind a rest. The 4 of Swords for me is mental rest. Not overthinking. This love that you're stepping into is love that is soft. It doesn't require you to put so much effort into it because it is something that is familial. And also too, this partner, the swans are here. Swans mate for life. This could be someone that you even know from childhood with the 2 kids here. Almost like a 6 of Cups vibe within this 10 of Cups card is what this is showing up as. But this is longevity. This is stability. This is also building towards legacy. You'll notice that there's progress in the card here. It's like they're going from this house to the castle here. And it doesn't require you to resist it. You can relax into the energy because it's softer, it's more peaceful, it's less chaotic. You can flow downstream rather than resisting and going upstream with the Nine of Wands. The Ten of Swords with the Queen of Wands, we talked about this already, but this is about allowing yourself to fall more into confidence and less into the idea of lack or resisting by means of not feeling worthy or deserving. And then, guys, if you don't believe all those beautiful freaking blessings, the King of Wands with the Ace of Wands. Oh my gosh. This is an opportunity for you to align with someone who's on the same page as you, someone who is an equal, someone who is just as balanced and as confident as you, but also they're going to help keep you away from the fires. They're going to support you in not having to do it alone, but also they're going to keep you safe from conflict, chaos, energy that stresses you. They're also going to assist and support you in growing the things that you desire. It's almost like a burst of passion, a burst of energy is coming through. And when you reframe your mindset, when you get out of this Seven of Cups energy, you'll be able to, look, the Magician here. Then you have the Hierophant. And this is the problem right here, is this Five of Cups. When you can come out of the confusing energy that makes you think that you're almost restricted or something like this, the energy feels like it's like going back and forth between several thoughts and ideas. It's almost like my mind wants to just keep running. So you may feel like you're that hamster in that hamster wheel where your mind is just going, 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 going. And it's because you're not trusting your intuition, and you're not trusting your intuition because of this past energy, which was shown in that Owl Intuition card. And the past energy that you were stuck in, the disappointments, the sadness and the grief over the losses, or what you viewed as losses of the past, are the things that are keeping you trapped in this Seven of Cups energy, which creates the confusion and doesn't allow you to see clearly, which again, that's why that Ace of Swords is not here, because there's no clarity in your mind, and it has so much to do with the fact that you haven't crossed over the bridge. There's some part of you that hasn't fully embraced the fact that the past was a gift, that those wounds are your gifts. Those wounds are where you find your blessings. Those wounds are where you can find joy, because they've brought you to the place to where you are limitless. And if you didn't have those experiences, if you didn't have those storms in the past, you wouldn't have the wisdom of the Hierophant here. You also wouldn't have been able to assess the situation and say, no, I want something different. Alchemizing that old energy to allow yourself to move into something that's more aligned with you. And guess what? These cards underneath here are all about alignment, guys. Look at this. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, King of Wands, Queen of Wands, Ten of Cups. This is literally joy. Okay, the Eight of Wands is here. I know you see this. The Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. I mean, we could keep going, but it's just showing how there's so many opportunities flooding in, and it feels like it's like all at once thing, because if you think about it, these aces are new experiences. They offer new opportunities. And so whatever it was in the past, I say the advice that the ancestors are given is let it go. Because it's the thing that you need to cross over. And this could actually be happening for some of you. This could be a divorce with the Hierophant here. Maybe you've been holding on to something or someone that you just didn't want to let go of. But with the Hierophant here and the Five of Cups and the Seven of Cups, I feel like that person is partly the reason why you are uncertain, why you have a lack of clarity in your mind. There's something about their energy that could be attempting to almost like sabotage you into moving into this happiness. But your ancestors are saying you've been planting seeds in the right place. You've been planting the sweet fruit instead of the bitters. So now you're bringing in your desires. And remember, the sun's already rising. It's already rising. It's already rising. You just have to trust it. The gift is not a gift. It's just a box until you receive it. All right, guys, I hope to God that this resonates. Just keep in mind, too, that whenever this does shift in your minds, God, I can't, this retrograde is kicking my tail, guys. If once your mind shifts, you're going to allow things to move a lot quicker. And that shift may have a lot to do with your confidence. And it's interesting too, we've been talking about fruit and stuff, and look at all the fruit that the Queen of Pentacles is able to produce. And this is you. Look at this. This is the same energy here. This is you. She's got the same little dress on. She's upgraded it because she recognizes, I've already planted the seeds. Now I can just sit and wait and watch them grow. And that's your advice. Seeds have already been planted. Wait and watch them grow. But release the past energy so that you can move into this new, because it's happening quickly. Okay, guys, have a good day. I hope this resonates. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry for my inability to communicate effectively because of this retrograde. I'm working on it. I'm trying my best, guys. Have a good night. See you next time. Bye.